Welcome to the pillar of honesty in self-compassion. Self-compassion is the simple act of being kind to yourself. From a young age, we are taught about the virtue of kindness. Whether it's being kind to our family, to our friends, to the world. But how often do we stop and practice kindness upon ourselves or with ourselves? Now, kindness to yourself or kindness with yourself may look like giving yourself a chance, giving yourself an opportunity to learn a new skill, giving yourself forgiveness from possibly messing up, or maybe giving yourself forgiveness from hurting someone emotionally or physically. You see, in life, such occasions, such moments may constantly appear. And you may find yourself judging yourself. You may feel that you are unworthy of the jewels that life has in store for you. So you find yourself fueling with anxiety instead of self-compassion. By fueling yourself with anxiety, you are frightening yourself. By fueling yourself with self-compassion, you are empowering yourself. Self-compassion requires honesty because it does take serious consideration to recognize that you do have beauty in you, that you are a shiny spirit hovering the surface of this beautiful planet, that you are worthy of a chance. Developments in the honesty and self-compassion pillar layers bravery and kindness to your self-foundation. If you consider the image next to me, you will see the components that are part of the honesty and self-compassion pillar. One component includes practicing mindfulness. That is the act of listening to your thoughts. Are you fueling yourself with anxiety and frightening yourself? Or are you stopping those thoughts and giving yourself empowerment, giving yourself compassion? Another component of this pillar includes seeing yourself as part of the world, seeing yourself as part of a community that does practice kindness, that does work on the betterment of the community, of the world, of the globe. And finally, one last component of this pillar includes smiling at yourself, loving yourself, and showing that you are proud of the spirit that you are, of the spirit that you reflect in the mirror. The best example that I could think of an individual who exemplified the pillar of honesty and self-compassion is the life story of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was best remembered as one of the founders and CEOs of Apple. Apple is the company that brings us our iWorld, iPad, iPhones, our Mac world. So Steve Jobs' story goes like this. He was a college dropout, and then he went ahead and tried to start a company, and then he was fired from that company being Apple. It was only later that Steve Jobs was invited back to Apple, and he gave Apple the boost and platform that it is today. The fact that Steve Jobs gave himself another chance, the fact that Steve Jobs gave his potential, his creativity another chance, the fact that he came back from another failed moment is the act of self-compassion, is the act of being honest with yourself and practicing self-compassion. We can learn from stories like Steve Jobs about triumph in honesty and self-compassion, about the greatness of adding bravery and kindness to our self-foundation.